Page 28, the major and the minor. Here they're talking more about the triads. I've already discussed this. A triad, C major, major triad, a major chord, C chord, a C major chord is made up of a major triad and a minor triad. The minor chord is made up of a minor triad and a major triad stacked on each other. We already talked about all that. Now if I want to go up the keyboard and I want major triads all the way, then I have to take each note up the same amount. In other words, if I take the bottom note up a whole step, I got to take this up a whole step, and that's up a whole step. So I go here, and that keeps it a major triad. Do it again. I take this up a whole step, I take this up a whole step, I take this up a whole step. It's another major triad. And as long as I continue to do that, I'll get major triads. This is up a half step, this up a half step, up a half step. Whole step, all of them up a whole step, whole step, whole step. What's that? Well, a whole step, this goes up a whole step, this goes up a whole step, and that goes up a whole step. Up a whole step. Now I'm going to go up a half step. So as long as I take the intervals up the same, I'll keep the same flavor, the same major. All the way. Minor's the same thing. I start here and I go up a whole step, whole step, whole step. I get a minor triad, and I'll be minor triads all the way, up or down, whichever. As long as you're moving the same amount with each note, same distance, the same number of half steps, you're going to get the same flavor or the same type of chord, major or minor. Now let's see what this piece is. I look it over, it's a little over a page long. Treble bass clef, no sharps or flats in the key signature. It tells you it's in the key of C major. And if you look over on page 29 in the last two lines, that tells you it's in the key of A minor. Remember I told you before that since these are related, same key signature, they go together very well. You can go back and forth between the two keys. If you're into writing music, you can do that. Oh yeah, very nicely. I guess that's the major and minor they're talking about. Major, A, C major, and A minor. That's fine. The music takes care of it for us. We don't have to worry about it. So do the scales for that. C major and A minor. You've heard this lecture before. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. 4/4 time signature with a pickup beat. Right hand first, you're here. Coming in on beat 4. And you'll notice all the notes in the first full measure are here. It's just a C chord, a broken C chord. 1 and 2. This whole thing is that's all it is. Until you get to second line on page 29, third finger. However, I don't want to use third finger because at the end of the first line I'm using third finger. Here, I don't want to use third finger again. So I'm going to use fifth for the first one. This is the second line on page 29. I'm going to use fifth finger for the first one, and then 3. I'm going to change on the repeated notes. I think that's a much better fingering than to go from here to here. Use the same finger? No. 5, 3. And again, this is just another C chord, a broken C chord. Until you get to the third line, second measure. Take all those notes here. Well, that is the C chord again. Now we double the G, but the fingering for it is that. 5, 4, 2. So that's the fingering I'm going to use. That's the fingering they're suggesting. And going on, reach down. Now you can play at the end of the third line with a little finger if you want. That makes it easier to reach here. And now we're in A minor, we're going to do an A minor chord. That's all that is. The left hand has the block chord, C chord. The page 29, third line down, you get the 5/7 at the end, the last two measures. 5/7, 1, and then in the fourth line down, we're in A minor. You get an A chord, A minor chord, and that's all that. Well, so much for the left hand. Let's see what we got here. It's here. Here. Make sure you lift the left hand up on beat 4. basically the piece. Now once I got the hands together, then I'll go back over it slowly and get rid of the hesitations. Once the hesitations are gone, I'll add the staccatos. I'm flexing at the wrist, they're short. These, I'm on the key and I'm bouncing off, boom. Now, in the first and second full measure, the left hand comes up on beat 4. As I play that beat 4, that comes up. Don't lift it with the right hand. That's incorrect. Please don't do that. Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. Keep that left hand down until beat 4. And the next measure is staccato. That's really the trickiest part of this whole thing, is holding the left hand down the full 3 counts when you have to. Now once the articulation is in, then I add the dynamics, and the melody's the right hand. Sort of loud. These are soft. Now when you get to the second line of page 29, now you go up to loud. The left hand stays soft. The fourth line, excuse me, now you're soft. I don't know why, but that's what it says. Okay. You have a DCL fine at the bottom of page 29, sends you back to the beginning, and the fine is at the end of the first line on page 29. So you go back and play those 2 lines again to finish it off. As far as the speed goes, this is the song to wake you up in the morning. Hello, get up. Alarm clock time. Yeah. And it's up to you on how fast you go, your allegro. That's fine. Let's play this together slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not doing the louds and softs, just notes and rhythms. We will do the DC, and I'll give us 3 counts because we come in on beat 4. 1, ready, go. Beginning.